Hey everybody, what's up? I am Rakino and I am your host to Rakino's Questions. So every week I'm going to start doing a questions like mini series. And today is May 1st, so I'm going to start it now. We're going to go every week. We'll see how things go. The first question is, this is the only question I'm asking. I'm only asking one question. I'm going to give a little background on it, but we're going to go from there. The question for this week is, since it's going to be May 4th coming up, may the force be with you, always, is what is your favorite Star Wars game? It's all going to be game-related questions here. There's been hundreds. I looked it up. There's been hundreds of Star Wars games. And personally, I have a few favorites of my own. There's like three different eras we got going on here. We have like early licensed games, then we have LucasArts comes into play, and he has his, set of games that were great. And then EA took over, and they did some pretty awesome games, in my opinion. I know not everybody's going to have the same opinions, but I'm going to go ahead and give you the first game that came out, which was on Atari 2600. And that was Empire Strikes Back in 1982. Yeah, long time ago. Actually, before I was born. So, that's a really old one. But since then, they have board games, console games, PC games, mobile games. I'm going to go ahead and list some of them here. And maybe it's going to make one of your favorite games. We got the Empire Strikes Back in 1982. That's when that came out. We have the original series that came out back a long time ago. Then you had like Jedi Arena come out. There was a Star Wars Droids game that was out. A lot of these are going to be like on Atari or PC. Like those are a lot of the older ones. Then the Phantom Menace came along, and they did the prequel games. They actually did the prequel games like they were pretty good because it was like the first time you get to actually play the movie, which was pretty neat. And then there was Episode 1 Racer. That's a lot of people's favorites. Honestly, I was never too good at it, and it was so fast. Everything, you're going so fast. It was amazing. And it just really stank whenever you crashed or your engine blew up and you had to constantly repair your engine. I remember playing that back in the day. So that's one that I can see a lot of people saying is their favorite. I have a list here right underneath the camera. So then there was a game that I saw and I was like, what? I want this. I want to play it. I want to see it. It's Obi-Wan. They had an Obi-Wan game. Like, what? Let's make that a today thing. Like, get on it. Pronto. Call headquarters. Let's do it. Jedi Starfighter was another one. And then you had the Dark Forces, and they had a ton of different games for Dark Forces. And Jedi Academy is another. And then you had one that was one of my favorites back in the day, and it was hard. And I played it recently, actually, at my cousin's place. He turned on the old N64, and we played some classics. We actually played Racer as well. But Shadows of the Empire in 1996, it was released on N64, among other things too, I think. Then there was Rogue Squadron, which a lot of good memories on that one. I really like that one. Rogue Squadron was like one of those. Oh, so let's go back to Shadows of the Empire. Shadows of the Empire, you were basically like a bounty hunter, almost like Boba Fett, but you weren't Boba Fett. There was times where you'd have jetpack, but you were kind of like fighting down like crime behind the scenes of Star Wars, which was pretty neat. It's kind of like a cool, like, under the Star Wars, kind of like an underground. But it was very hard, a very hard game. Rogue Squadron was the first time I remember flying in a game where it was like so realistic. You're like, I'm flying an X-wing and I got to do these missions. It was so cool. Rogue Squadron was 1998, and then actually they did another Rogue Squadron later on. I never played it though. Then you had Galactic Battlegrounds come out. There's another one I have right here that I found recently that I had. I don't think I've ever played it, to be honest, and I don't know if I can play it, but here it is. Empire at War. It's a PC game. Let's see. It's like breaking. The case is like falling apart. Let's see. So you can like command your forces. It's kind of like, whenever you have like your world set up and you got to defend it, from the bad guys and stuff like that. Then they also had Knights of the Old Republic, which I know there's like two of them, and I know that that's gonna make people's top list of best Star Wars game out there. Moving down the line, we got Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2. Battlefront 1 came out in 2004. I'm not talking about the EA version that came out recently. Well, it's been years now, but this is back in 2004, which doesn't seem that long ago to me, but we're in 2020 now, so yeah, it's been a while, 16 years. But yeah, Star Wars Battlefront, the original, came out, and then Battlefront 2 came out. And that was pretty neat. That was awesome, because it was like you're in this huge map where it's just an all-out war, and you could be clones. It was so cool to be able to play as bad guys and good guys in a battle, like a battlefield type thing. The Force Unleashed eventually came out, and then Force Unleashed 2, which was really neat because you really got to feel the power of, like, in my opinion, wielding the lightsaber and stuff like that. I didn't play those much. I played a little bit. After that, we have, kind of in the mix. I'm not going in any specific order, but we have tons of mobile games. We have a bunch of board games that came out. Some of the mobile games, a couple of them I played, which was Star Wars Commander on your phone. It's kind of like Clash of Clans, but Star Wars version. That's a good way to put it. I played it for a little while, and then I got tired of it and moved on. Another one for mobile is Galaxy of Heroes, which is really cool. It's where you put your own squad, and you can mix and match between good, evil, and it's across all eras. That's a really really good one to play. I've been playing it for I think 3 years now, and they're still coming out with new heroes and stuff. The Mandalorian just actually came out on it, where you can actually get that character and put him in your squad with your bounty hunters and stuff like that. Pretty cool game. They also had all the Star Wars Lego games. You can actually get those on your phone as well as buy them for your console or your PC. Those are great games too. The Lego Star Wars are awesome. What else? We have the crossovers with Star Wars and Angry Birds. So Angry Birds Star Wars was actually pretty cool. Playing Angry Birds in a Star Wars version. What else we got? The newest ones were Star Wars Battlefront that came out, and then Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is still, they just released the Scarif map, along with some other heroes and villains that you can play as. Those are great. I spent a lot of time on Star Wars Battlefront, and I played a decent amount of Star Wars Battlefront 2, but then I stopped, which was nice. They had a storyline, a campaign for Battlefront 2, which is canon to the movies, and is a really good storyline. It kind of gives you some back information of like what's going on between episodes 6 and 7. Kind of like why was Kylo, how did he get on the trail of trying to find Luke? That's explained in Star Wars Battlefront 2. Anyway, if you want to watch the campaign, you can watch it on my channel. I have a playlist for Star Wars Battlefront 2. And I also have videos on how to play, or just all the information. Sorry, the camera's shaking. I'm holding the phone. I don't have a holder yet. I know. Tell me about it. Galaxy of Heroes you can find on my channel as well. I kind of explain just the ins and outs of the game, how to play, basically. So what's your favorite Star Wars video game? Shadow of War, or Shadow of the Empire is one of my favorites. Rogue Squadron is one of my favorites. Battlefront 2 and the first one are some of my favorites. And then also Jedi Fallen Order, which just came out recently, and that was a pretty good storyline, and a nice little sneak peek at the end of that, a nice little Easter egg. Anyway, there's a surprise guest at the end of the game, and it's like, whoa, yeah, awesome. But anyway, I won't ruin it. If you want to watch that, there's also on my channel. I love Star Wars, man. What can I say? The Jedi Fallen Order. I play the whole game, and it's also in the playlist that I have. So if you want to go check those out, check it out. I don't know why the camera I have it pointed way over there. I don't need it. I gotta have something nice in the background, you know. Let me know in the comments what your favorite Star Wars video game is. And next week, I will announce what people's favorite game was, the most popular one that people liked. I will announce it in the next question for next week. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And let's get these questions rolling each week, okay? All right. See you later.